Welcome to Shorty's SuperCoach. How you guys going out there? Videos are a little bit inconsistent at the moment, or at least a bit out of order. I would normally have my weekend preview up at this point in time, but just filming this one ahead of schedule without the look of the teams. And obviously Thursday night footy, doubleheader Friday. I'll look to get a preview to the actual round through at some stage on Friday. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, otherwise, we're going to take a look at some of the all-important break-evens and fallen premiums. So it's obviously really important at this stage of the year just to not only know who to be bringing in to make you some cash, but who to be turfing out of your side, or which players might be just bottoming out and just being at the best price possible. So first things first, we'll look at the guys that we sort of want to bring in. And it's all been about the two Dockers boys, really, and Hugh Dixon. So a bit of WA flavour. Now, I think Bruce, obviously, he would have been the rage, but he goes and gets himself suspended. Leon Cameron pretty pissed off about that. So Brucey is out this week, which actually proves extremely crucial for my team, because I think dual position status will be awarded after this week. Therefore, I can just move Cherry into the ruck department, get him down to Bruce. So it's actually worked out relatively nice. Now, Hugh Dixon actually produced a really nice score, which I didn't think he was capable of. 96 last week. Then Nick Nat goes down. All of a sudden, that means he'll do more rucking, of course. So it's all positive for him. And then, of course, it's basically a question of three rookies all around that 160k mark. You got Neil Erasmus down there. He's played 2 games, minus 30 break even. Minus 54 from O'Driscoll, who has had one price rise, but we're never really going to bring him in off the back of an 18 and a 49. But that 104 last week, very impressive. Excuse me, Jesus, Shorty's struggling here. Huey Dixon, obviously he's got the best break-even for making cash out of the lot off the back of that 96. About to play his 4th game. So I think they're really the main ones. I think, people were still sort of jumping over Will Brodie, like off the back of that massive score, which is not too bad. He'll still make you a lot of money, but obviously you somewhat missed the boat because he's already gone up over $100,000. Paddy Ryder going out could help a lot because Jack Hayes could come in. That could prove very crucial. And I tend to not go too much deeper than anything that's not in the minuses. So all the discussion is really about those 3 guys and who you should bring them in, how you should bring them in. So I definitely think that Dixon's got some great job security now. I feel like O'Driscoll and Erasmus, they both have different pros and cons. I wouldn't be shocked. You got Sarong coming back and Tucker coming back this week. So we'll know the teams shortly, but it will be very interesting just to see what happens there. Otherwise, Fife, he's still a little while away. I am happy to bring both of them in as long as they're both named. I think, it could be for a Gibcus, it could be for a Connor McDonald, it could be for a Dylan Stevens. Mitch Hinge, it doesn't sound like he is out for too long, if at all. I think he was a test for this week. A lot of people going Hinge out, but I still feel like he could make over $80,000 more at least. He'll obviously have to drop that 37, but so they're the 3 guys that you definitely want to think about bringing in. I have Dixon, so I'm looking at bringing in the other 2. You might be looking to bring in all 3. You might just need to bring in 1. But I think they're crucial because we don't want to get stuck with dead weight rookies. That's the worst thing. I know trading and you only get $50,000 or maybe not much money at all out of a trade is frustrating, but you don't want dead weight rookies when these other guys could go nuts. In terms of fellas that keep your eye on, I do think once Sean Darcy gets his eye in, gets fitness underneath his belt, I do think he'll be a great pickup, probably somewhere in the early 500s, depending how quickly he gets it together. And then I just wanted to touch on some guys that is probably worth thinking about in the next fortnight. I think it's a great opportunity to bolster up our midfield because I think there's some of the absolute guns who they're never going to be cheap as chips unless they get injured. Obviously, they're the guns of the competition, but guys like who start at 650, but you can pick them up for 580. They're sort of the savings that we want to get. Like if you can save 30k, 50k here and there. It doesn't seem like much at the time, but all of a sudden you do 3 or 4 good trades like that. They're smart, they're efficient, they're well timed. You could save yourself $200,000 compared to everyone that pays them top dollar. Just when you roll down to the shops, you don't want to buy everything at full price. See a little special ticket, you go, yeah, right, I'm going to buy a little 2-for-1 deal there, thank you very much. So I think that's what we can try and do with guys like Tuke Miller, 188 break even. He's definitely going to drop. Brayshaw, definitely going to drop. Petrarca, bit of a niggle with that knee, but certainly going to be nicely priced soon. Same can be said for Oliver. And, I feel like Tom Mitchell and Darcy Parish are reasonably well priced at the minute. So they're a couple of guys. I don't want to go too much past sort of 150 break even for these guys, because a lot of the guys falling premiums are capable of scoring 130, 140. So it doesn't really represent a massive drop off. So look, all it takes for some of these big guys to fall off is like an 86 and 104. Like, they don't have to go crap, but they just have to score a bit below, and vice versa. Miller could come out and score 160, and all of a sudden we thought we might get him at a better price, and he's going to start going the other way with that massive score. And we sort of know that these guys, their guns to the competition, a 150 is normally just around the corner. They're that good, some of those top-end players. So for me, I certainly want to keep an eye on those midfielders. Darcy's not too urgent. I think Mitch Duncan at the Cats, definitely keep an eye on him. Probably in 3 or 4 weeks. And Tom Stewart, is Jake Lloyd still the real deal? I think they're 2 consistent guys that haven't really exploded just yet. Stewart, I've still got a lot of faith in. Lloyd, I want to just watch it a little bit closer. And Aaron Hall, he has a break-even of 154. And I think, I reckon if we could get him around that 520 mark over the next couple of weeks, that'd be a really nice option, I reckon. So there are a few guys I wanted to talk about. Keep them on your radar, but nothing too crucial in terms of upgrades, I reckon, this week. It's all about these downgrades. Getting guys, they're going to make you cash. Obviously, let's wait for the teams, but it's super important. Most of the talk are players from WA, so let's see how we go. Hopefully no COVID crap, getting guys laid outs and that type of thing. But I'm looking forward to the weekend. This has been your break-evens and your fallen premiums. Make sure you got that cash generation flowing. It's been a bit all serious this episode from Shorty, but don't worry, we'll loosen things up in the preview. And I've got a little snippet of the live session, about the last 25 minutes, coming out on Friday night, which was as loose as it sort of gets on the old live sesh. So it was a bit of fun. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the footy tonight. Have a good weekend. I'll chat to you later.